What's going on? Everybody here okay? M2 Outdoors, living them in. How you doing? Running just a minute. Usually got everything set up by now, but really, y'all seeing a lot of teal now? Well, that's encouraging, Daniel, because we saw a bunch of teal in mid-August, which we usually don't see. And by you seeing teal, it means they haven't made their big push yet. So that's actually good news. M2 Outdoors, how you doing today? Appreciate you coming in. we're gonna talk a little bit about. I actually had some questions. One in particular that was sent to me earlier by email. I'm probably gonna talk about that. Maybe a few other things. Hey, Cody. Waters, what's up? You been building a duck barn? Like 30 minutes from your home. I was holding tens of thousands of them. Everyone living that. That's awesome, dude. Did y'all get into any of that, or was that another part of your system, lake system? I seen the one video y'all did where I think y'all shot 7 or 8 or something like that. Hello, Cody. Oh, a barn for a game farm. Oh, okay. I thought you were building a duck line. You're going to call it the duck barn. JV Outdoors, what's up, bro? Daniel, Backwoods Barbarian, how you doing, bro? Thanks for coming in. It gets too crazy and dangerous. Okay. Not sure if Cody can hear us. He's got his volume turned down. He's sitting in a tree stand trying to coax a bear, I think. Finished the PVC blind the other day. Yeah, I got to get my blind together. My blind broke last year, and I kind of pieced it together. And I need to do some more work to it, but I'm not going to worry about it for the early teal season. So I'll get on it in October before the regular duck season gets in. Tina Ladybug, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Oh, let's see. So I got an email the other day, and it's a guy that has never duck hunted before, and he was asking some questions. So actually, Auntie, I do have some left. I was going to eat it for dessert tonight, but the time got away from me, and so I didn't get any. But I do have some left and some very creamy vanilla ice cream, and maybe before I go to bed or maybe tomorrow for lunch, that's when I'm going to have it. I don't think you're close enough there, buddy. You'd have to start driving now. uh, in case y'all wonder what we're talking about, I was in Palmetto catfishing. If y'all don't have Palmetto catfishing, y'all really need to take a look at his channel. But he was doing a live stream, ladies only iron catfishing tournament, and they were talking about they were hungry. And then when I came, hey, Big Matt, how you doing? So when I came in, I caught that they were talking about being hungry, and my wife called me when I was on my way home from work yesterday and asked me what I wanted for supper. I told her I'd like to have some fried cube deer steak, and she made some fried. Well, she actually put it in the Instapot. Had a good gravy with it. Made a pot of rice. Had some fresh butter beans that we had from last year in the freezer. We had some yeast rolls, sliced tomato, and she made a homemade blueberry cobbler. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Got Water Swaters in here, Matt's in here, Daniel's in here, Anti's in here, JV, Tina. If I missed you, I'll post up and say, hey, you missed me. I'll get you. All right. So, like I was saying, I know usually on my Monday night lives, it's kind of free for all, but tonight, I don't know if I'm gonna be here for the In the Blind Wednesday night. I'm not sure yet. May have to work late. It's kind of up in the air, but I had somebody asking me questions today, and someone else was sending me an email. And like I was saying, it was their first time duck hunting. I'm trying to see if they came in because I really want them to hear it. Oh, okay. I'll take a look at it. If I can find it. Mark J, what's happening, buddy? And two, I don't see it yet. Did you send it to? Did you send it to the Daddy Duck message? Because I don't see it. Okay. I wanted to take a look at it before I started talking. Must be somewhere in internet land. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I just got it, buddy. Hunting stuff with J&J. How's it going? W2, I just got it. Or M2, rather. Sorry. Hey, that's sweet looking, buddy. Is that raffia grass you're using up for the front of it? Morgan, how you doing? Small Water Charter, what's going on? Cecilia, how you doing? They coming in. All right, for all the prayer warriors out there asking for prayers for Andrew Page, he's on my Facebook page on here and going through cancer. We will be doing that. The dollar store grass skirts? Yeah, okay. All right. I'll tell you something else, M2. If you'll go to the Dollar Tree, you can find them usually at the Dollar Tree. But they have the I wish I had one or I'd show it to you. But they have the metal paper towel holders. They have a round base at the bottom and two pieces that come up. If you'll go about halfway up and bend those over about the length of your decoy keel, you can slide those in and put them on the ground and use them for field decoys. I got to go find one and I'll probably do a live stream on it, or I might even do a video on it one day. All right. So, Geo Bushcraft. What's up, Greg? All right. So, like I said, I had some questions asking me today and a few emails, and both of them, the questions asked today and the emails that I got were basically the same question, just two different people. And they were saying, hey, listen, I'm going to be duck hunting for the first time this year. What do I need? All right. So I've done a couple of videos on this, what's in my blind bag and different things. So I thought I would just kind of briefly go back over and we'll just start at the basics and work our way up. So everything is going to depend on what you need to take with you is where you're going to be hunting. Are you going to be hunting flooded timber? Are you going to be hunting out of a boat? Are you going to be hunting on a shoreline? Are you going to need to wade in? Are you going to be hunting a dry field or field? So we'll take it with where there's water around. So one of the things you need to take, of course, shotgun. Hey, Boxy, how you doing? Besides your shotgun, is make sure that your gun can only hold 3 shells. So 2 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. So make sure you got your plug in. As far as shotgun shells, what are the best? Well, I could put 5 duck hunters up here and you can get you 20 different answers on what shotgun shell is the best. But you're going to need steel shot or a non-toxic shot. You cannot shoot lead. And back in the day, we just said that, back in the day when we shot lead, you just needed a high brass shell, but that's no longer valid, okay? Because all your steel shot's going to be high brass. Joe, if you'll hang on to that question when I'm done, I can answer that for you in a little bit. Steel or a non-toxic. So what kind of ducks are you hunting? Are you duck hunting, or are you goose hunting, or a combination of both? So let's just take ducks. I would suggest a 3-inch, at least a 3-inch in steel shot, at least a 3-inch shell, a number 4. That is the smallest that I would hunt with. A number 4, a number 3, or even a number 2, but as long as it's in a 3-inch shell. Does that make sense? So again, it depends on what shot. If you want a bigger shot and less pellets, then you're going to go lower in your numbers. So a 2. If you want a big shot with more pellets, than 3. A smaller shot would be a 4. I have yet to find any number 5 steel. I don't even know if they make it. They may make it. I don't know. Living Daniel, can you shoot steel shot out of full choke on a Beretta A300? If the full choke is rated for steel shot, yes. If it's not rated, it should say on the choke tube itself, lead. You generally will say lead only. If it says lead only, then don't put steel through it. So Cecilia, thank you so much. And in the future, thank you so much for everything that you do, okay? So that's what I would do as far as ducks. Also kind of depends on what time of the year it is, too. If you're hunting right now and you're hunting teal, then I would say a number 6, like M2 says. But I highly suggest no smaller than a 4. Unless you got ducks in your face. I mean, if they are decoying through the trees, and a number 6 is fine. So that takes care of your gun. That takes care of your shells. Again, the biggest play is where you're going to be at. Hang on one second. So if you're hunting, let's say here in September or in October, depending on where you're at, if it's not cold yet, then I would suggest taking a thermocell with you, because the mosquitoes will eat you alive. I carry thermocells all the time. Small waters, quit feeding them. Camo, any camo will work. I have a personal preference. I like natural gear camo, but any camo will work. The thing about duck hunting is, which it doesn't matter what camo you're wearing, as long as you stay still. The ducks see movement. They don't necessarily see you, but they see movement. Now, your face is another thing. It's bright. Usually, everybody's face is bright. I mean, even in this video, I have well, over the, I don't know, it's over here somewhere. The light is shining on my face, so you can imagine out in the sun. I would say either put paint on your face or wear a face mask. You can wear a turkey mask in the early season when it's warm. When it gets colder, you can put a thicker mask on. But I wear face paint because I don't like wearing a mask. But wear some type of camo. Any camouflage pattern will work. Even a dark, even if you only have as a dark brown hunting coat, that'll work. Or dark green, solid color like that. It'll work. So there's your gun, your shells, your camo. Like I said, if it's warm outside, I'd have a thermocell. But you need to put everything in a bag. And yeah, I know, John. You keep sending me those pics. I'm about to die over here. I want to kill one so bad. Bring a bag. And now, if you're hunting in the, you can wear, a backpack work. I have a gunning bag. This is one of my gunning bags. Stays in the boat with me. If I'm hunting, if I can find them. If you're hunting in the trees, if you're hunting in timber, these little bow hangers right here, these work great. I screw these in the trees. I hang my bag on it. I screw another one and I hang my gun in it. And they work great. If you're hunting, if you're wading in and hunting by the trees, I would at least have these with me. Just little thing, odds and ends, but bring yourself a bag. Like I said, this is my gunning bag, but a backpack will work. I know a lot of guys that put all their stuff in a backpack, and they hike in, they wade in, and they hang it in a tree. Just bring yourself, like I said, a bow hanger, screw it into the tree, hang your backpack up. Get another one, screw it in the tree, you can hang your gun up. I'm just trying to catch up with some chat here. I think everybody's just talking. Everybody's just talking to each other. Okay, cool, awesome. We got 11 people in the house. If you haven't already, do me a big, huge favor and hit that thumbs up button. But those would be my basics. Seriously, that would be my basic stuff. Gun, ammo, camo, and a bag to carry it in. Everything in. Keep your shells in there. Keep your lunch, water. Me, I'm going to have sweet tea with me. This time of year, as it gets colder, I have a thermos of coffee. Keep my snacks in my bag. I got everything in my bag, everything I can think of. Like I said, it all depends on where you're hunting. So, if you have a question about that, and where you're going to be hunting, and you kind of give me a slight description, I might be able to give you a few more items. My understanding is the people that are going with somebody. So duck calls aren't a necessity at this point. He has a boat blind set up. Well, I'd still definitely carry a bag, or maybe like an ammo box or something, one of either the metal ones or the plastic ones. Um, just something to put your shells and stuff in, so just it's not loose and gets away from you. But that's I mean, as far as going, make sure you have a hat. Make sure you have a hat so you can shade your eyes. If you wear sunglasses, carry a pair of sunglasses. It gets bright out there. That sun bouncing off the water. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Small Waters carries a fishing bag with all his essentials: rain gear, dry clothes. But I mean, uh, there's so many things that I carry that a lot of other people don't carry. But if it's your first hunt, I mean, it's kind of like a learning curve because you'll bring stuff that you don't need or never use, or you may not bring enough of what you need. But definitely a couple of boxes of shells minimum. Make sure your gun's got a plug in it. Waders is another big thing. I got it. He's hunting in a boat. He's got a boat blind set up. I don't know if he's got a dog or not to retrieve the ducks, but you may get stuck and you need to get out of the boat to push the boat off. So, I mean, if you got waders, that would probably be a good thing to have. I mean, I'm just going bare essentials here. Yeah, put the boat plug in. Make sure that the bilge works. But I mean, it can be, you can make it as you can add stuff as you go, the more you keep going. But I think just your basics: gun, shells, thermos of coffee if you want that, or bottles of water, depending on the weather conditions, snacks. And like I said, if it's if it's warm weather, definitely carry a thermocell. Yeah, you're right, him too. But he's going with somebody, so um, I always have a saw in my. I have a saw in my little bag here. I got a machete in the boat. I mean, I carry things that different. If you're just going for the first time, you don't really need to carry a lot because hopefully the person you're going with has all this stuff. Yeah, duck stamp. Yeah, make sure you're right. You're right. Water's water. Make sure you got your hunting license. Make sure you got your federal duck stamp, your state duck stamp. If your state requires it, make sure you have your HIP, which is a harvest information program. Make sure you have that on your license. If y'all have any more ideas, simple ideas, just the simple basic stuff, throw them out there. All right, Joe, I'm going to get on that. Okay, so the reason we go, Joe asked a question. Let me put that up there if I can get it. All right, so Joe asked the questions. Why do you need 2+1 to hunt birds? Sorry, it's migratory birds, number one, and that comes back from the market gunning days. Years and many years ago, there was market gunners. Most of you big duck hunters in here will know that if you know your duck hunting history. But they would load their guns up to full magazine capacity, and then they would just shoot ducks over and over and over and over again. I mean, and they would kill thousands upon thousands. They'd pack them in barrels and they'd ship them off to the big cities for the restaurants and whatnot. Well, when the Migratory Bird Act, the Migratory Bird Act came about, and I don't hold me to this if somebody wants to look it up, but I think it was in 1930. It was either 32 or 34. I could be wrong. If you want to look it up and correct me, go ahead. But there was a lot of things that were enacted because we were going through a really bad time with ducks. We had just come out of the Great Depression. We just came out of the drought, the huge, when half the United States was in a severe drought. People were losing their farms. Not a punt gun, but they'd load their A5, their semi-automatic shotguns and their pump guns to full magazine capacity, and they just shoot it in the flocks of ducks and just kill them by the hundreds. Punt guns were a little bit different, but punt guns were outlawed during this time frame. So they came out with a whole bunch of laws, and they restricted the magazine capacity for migratory game birds. What was what? What was what, John? If you're hearing like booming noises, my wife's watching a movie in there. The Patriot game, Patriot something with Mark Wahlberg in the Boston Marathon bombing. So anyway, a lot of regulations came out restricting the magazine capacity to 2, one in the chamber, 2 in the mag. It became against the law to bait for ducks, migratory game birds. You can't bait. They started setting seasons and limits. It actually benefited the ducks, to be quite honest. I mean, you got to remember these market hunters. They were going out there. I mean, there'd be market hunters on the East Coast. There's market hunters Mississippi and Central Flyways, Pacific Flyways, and they were just killing. I mean, ducks by the thousands. To send them to the big cities for people to eat in the restaurants and whatnot. So, I mean, it is actually a good thing. And to be quite honest, Joe, if you can't shoot a duck, if you can't shoot 6 ducks, if you got them to shoot, well, I'm not going to get political tonight, but yeah, they were just as bad as buffalo hunters. They decimated the buffalo herd. And if you don't put regulations on something, I mean, Frank and Tina, hey, how you doing? I mean, I don't like a lot of regulations myself, to be quite honest. But I like to hunt ducks, and I want ducks to be around for a while. And if you don't have limits, species specific limits, when you have bad years for certain species, people are just going to kill everything they can. Duggar, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, deer got wiped out. Turkeys. I mean, here in South Carolina, back in the day, we actually had buffalo here and we had elk, and they were completely wiped out. The turkey population was completely wiped out. When my dad was growing up in the 50s, for a man to kill a deer in this state, was actually he was considered a hero. So now we have, through conservation, we now have a strong, very, very strong deer herd. We're getting a stronger a turkey flock in the state. They have reintroduced into certain areas elk. I don't think buffalo will ever be reintroduced, but you know, yeah. So they've reintroduced buffalo into Indiana. Cool. Yeah, I mean, when people saw deer tracks, I mean, they were it was crazy. I mean, we just didn't have a lot of it. That's just in the 50s. Okay, so I'm not talking about farming for buffalo. I'm talking about wild buffalo that roam free. The farming is something totally different, but the buffalo that roam free, wild buffalo. Um, I mean, the buffalo hunters pretty much kind of wiped them out. Now, I'm all about conservation to begin with, so um, that's crazy, John. Now, see, when I was growing up, we always had a deer. We had always had a healthy population here in South Carolina when I was growing up. Yeah, yeah, they do breed them. They have farms and they do breed them, but I'm talking about the wild buffalo. Colette Fry, how you doing? So, like I said, I'm all about conservation. So, if anything is good, whatever's good for the animal, regardless. Now, of course, I am into duck hunting, but um, for it all, it all intermingles. So, if it's good for deer, I'm for it. If it's good for turkeys, that's why we have a season for them. Yeah, well, the National Fire Act, that's something totally different than what you had asked. Why you go to 2 and 1? The way I understood what your question was why do we go to 2 and 1? And it's for hunters, and for migratory birds, ducks, geese, doves, snipe, woodcock, so forth and so forth. Migratory birds that migrate, coots, mergansers, whatever. Um, Now, as a deer hunter, I can put 5 shells in the gun. I can put as many shells as I need to in that gun. If I'm turkey hunting, I can put as many shells as that gun will hold in my turkey gun. Same thing with hogs. Even quail. I mean, quail are not migratory, so I can put as many shells in that gun as I want to. So I don't, if you're talking about the Firearms Act, I mean, yeah, okay. So they say you can't own a machine gun. Well, you can. You can own a machine gun. Dark 30 Outdoors. What's up, Kyle? You just have to have a federal firearms permit. You know. No, no, it's not. It's not part of it. No, no. This is something totally. Okay, I got you, Joe. I got you. No, so yeah, it was not a part of the Firearms Act. It is a part of the Migratory Bird Act. Okay, not a problem, brother. Not a problem. Uh, Geo, did I answer your questions earlier? Um, is there any more questions? Throw them out there. You know, and I pick on John, and I think we both pick on each other. I do release fish. I do release a lot of fish, but I do like to eat fish. So when I'm in the mood to eat, I'm gonna keep me a few. Um, it is what it is. I like to eat fish. Okay, good, good, Greg. I'm glad I was able to answer your questions. When you asked me earlier, it was just so much to type that, to be quite honest, I didn't want to. Um, I figured, well, heck, I'm going live tonight, so I'll get you on here and I can answer that question for you. Yeah, and you just can't. Yeah, there's certain lakes that you can't keep fish. I don't know if there's any in South Carolina that you can't keep. It's a catch and release lake. I don't know of any. Well, if the catch and release thing is pretty much like this. Donkey Land, and never fished. I've never fished in Donkey Land. M2 Outdoors. Thanks so much for coming in, buddy. I'm glad you came in tonight. You take care. Donkey Land. I've never fished Donkey Land. I want to fish Donkey Land. Um, but it's also a place for people to go catch fish, and it brings in tourism. And tourism dollars are huge. Um, I did a video a while back about duck hunting in South Carolina and how it used to be. And people from all over the country used to come here to South Carolina to hunt mallards, which I know sounds kind of weird to a lot of people. But we had a very, very healthy duck population here on the Atlantic Flyway for many years. And so if our state would promote better moist soil conservation, and especially on our public waters, I'm not saying it would immediately bring in a lot of ducks, but it would give ducks a lot more food options. If there's more ducks coming into our state, the more people will come in bringing in tourism dollars. So your mom and pops are selling ice and drinks and snacks and gas and shells and whatnots. They would actually, benefit from this. It's the same thing with Donkey Land. I mean, it's out in the middle of nowhere, from what I understand. I'm quite sure that even John and Lydia, they go there. They stop at certain stores on their way, and they get their drinks and their snacks and their gas, and you know, and all this stuff. They're promoting the business and the economic standpoint. So having a catch and release area where you can promote the tourism, where you're going to catch fish, 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds, where people from parts of the state can't, or other parts of the country rather, can't catch those big fish. This gives them a place where they can catch them, they can get photographed, they can get measured, they can do the the uh, the fake fish, the taxidermy fake fish. Um, yeah, and when your charters come, yeah, they're going to spend money. They're going to listen. That's right. At that point, small water charter. He does. They run a guide service. Um, so when people are coming to fish and they take them to Donkey Land, they're going to pay him. These people are going to get hotels. They're going to eat out at restaurants. They're going to, they're promoting business, for the small business person, and it's a win-win situation. Unfortunately, you can't do a catch and release with ducks, but but that's the big thing about catch and release, especially for like where he's at with tourism states. Other places around the country, a lot of people promote catch and release because they want to keep a healthy fish population. You guys up north with the walleye and the muskies, they got to be a certain size if you're going to keep them. Otherwise, if they're too big, you got to release them. If they're too small, you got to release them. You only catch them within a certain size. So that's a form of catch and release as well. Now where I fish a lot is in that pond. You've seen me do videos on it. I got one coming out soon. We have to manage this pond. I mean, these fish can't go anywhere. There's no huge expanse of water that they can travel to find food. And if you get too many in that pond, what's going to happen is you're going to have a fish kill. And you're going to start seeing your fish getting sickly looking. They're going to have big heads and skinny bodies, long and very lean. And, they don't have that chunky belly that a bass is supposed to have. So we have to manage that pond in order to keep fishing that pond, in order to keep catching nice fish out of that pond. We have to manage it. And it's just part of it. That pond does get fished a lot. It's just the people that fish it don't keep it. As far as I know, me and my dad are the only ones that keep fish. Now, in the beginning, when they had a lot of brim, a lot of bluegill in there, everybody was keeping all the bluegill and releasing. Well, there's very little bluegill in there now. And had they been keeping just a few to eat, instead of trying to fill the cooler up, had they just kept a few to eat, it'd have been a more well-balanced pond. But right now, there's very few bluegill and a lot of bass. So we got to take some out in order to manage it so it doesn't get overpopulated, so we don't have a huge fish kill. That's funny, John. Yeah, Joe, I know, you have some of your, Idaho is a big duck hunting state, believe it or not. And yeah, you're going to have people that come and litter. And I guarantee you that a lot of the people that litter are from both sides, people from your state and people from out of state. That is a battle. That is an uphill battle. If you watched any of my videos, I went to a local boat landing, and I sat there and picked up a truckload of trash and put it in the back of my truck. I like bass too. I do. Like I said, this video that I got coming out. Yo, Jeremy, what's happening? This video that I've got coming out here. I may bring it out Wednesday. It depends on if I can get another video edited. We actually released some fish out of that pond. We just kept 3, and we released fish. So yeah, that's awesome, John. I wish, I just wish people would pack their trash out. I mean, I do everything I can. I even go so far as try to find my holes after I've been duck hunting and I'm shooting, and I know they go everywhere. And I try to find them and pick them up, throw them in the bottom boat, put them in the trash can later. And you're going to have that no matter where you go, Joe. I mean, seriously, you're just going to have people who just, they eat a Snicker bar and throw the wrapper on the ground because you're just going to have that wherever you go. Yeah, I tell you what, John. There's one um, YouTube videos that I have seen. Only one. I don't show it when I pick it up. When I pick them up, maybe I ought to start doing that. Is looking for holes when I finish duck hunting and throwing them in the bottom of the boat. But one other channel that I know that does it religiously, and that is Mojo Outdoors. And but then again, they're promoting that little stick with the magnet on it, so they can pick all their holes up. Oh, I'd have never thought that, John. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I would have never thought that in a million years. Oh, let's see here. Yep, you're right. It is frustrating, Joe. I mean, I mean, we go to our shooting ranges. As soon as we've done shooting, I got everybody online picking up brass, just like we did back in the Marine Corps. Well, so now I know why you're doing your live streams, why you always walk out to the backyard to look for hogs. Now I know. Is Backwoods Barbarian still in here? Daniel from Backwoods Barbarian, are you still in here? Mark, I probably never will, dude. Unless something terrible happens. Yeah, I know that. I know that, Cecilia. That's why I was asking if he was still in here. Hang on. Hang on, Sloopy. Sloopy, hang on. So see, if you just happen to see Daniel go live, let me know, please. Well, does anybody have any quick questions in reference to duck hunting, or what they need to take, or have any kind of questions along that line? Yeah, I know, Cecilia. Okay. So here's what's going to happen tonight, guys, and I want you to stay here until I give it up. But Daniel from Backwoods Barbarian is doing a live stream tonight. He was unable to do his Mug Up Monday um, video today. He got with me earlier today and asked me it would be all right if he did a live stream during the same time that I'm doing mine. I said, yeah, man, go right ahead. But I want us to go over and show love to him. So when he does go live, I want us to do a raid over to his channel. So Cecilia, if you could, as it gets closer, if you could post his link up so that everybody can go over there. And I'm already starting to lose people already. So if you could post that up, we're gonna do a raid over there. All right, all right. So we're waiting. Okay, he's back. So we're waiting on Daniel to go live. John, appreciate you coming in, brother. Thanks so much. I've seen people pack their stuff like in a corner bucket with a seat that swivels on. Yeah, I do that when I'm dove hunting. I'm thinking about getting one of those square dove stools, the square bucket, put it in my boat, use it for a seat. John, you take care of yourself. Y'all be careful in the water tomorrow. Catch a bunch of fish for me, will you? Let's see here. Don't be a party pooper. That's funny. All right, now I want to see it. Yeah, Jeremy, y'all should be opening up very, very soon. I know ours opens up this coming Friday. I'll be our teal season opens up this Friday, and I will be out there. Yeah, our dove season opened up Saturday. Wow, what a disappointment that was. It was a huge disappointment for me. But we did what we could do and made a day of it. Gotcha, Daniel. I kind of figured y'all wouldn't have any birds. Joe Fennel, welcome to the chat. It's the first time I've seen you, man. Ooh, that hurt. I think I sucked up a beard hair. So, Joe Fennel, this is the first time I've seen you in the chat. Welcome. Hit that thumbs up button if you like what you see. So you said that they were spraying the grass all over Pax area. Were they spraying grass, or were they trying to kill giant Savania? If you know what that giant Savania is, Joe, it looks like a little cabbage floating on top of the water. That is a very invasive species of plant that they've been trying to kill for a very, very long time. And yeah, I'll be all right, Mark. So I'm still waiting on Daniel to turn on it. Giant Savannah. Yeah. So that's good. That's good that they're spraying it. That stuff has taken over a lot of my duck holes that I've got on the lake. I can't even get in there, even with a mud. I mean, you can get in there with a mud boat, but ducks don't have a place to light. So I'm waiting on Daniel to show up. Cecilia has posted his channel name, and he is going to be doing live. Listen, Daniel, the Backwoods Barbarian, is a good friend of mine. He is going live. Yeah, I got his screen up on my iPad. I just haven't seen him go live yet. But he's a good friend of mine. He's going to be going live. So we're going to do a duck raid over there as soon as I see him come up. And I have not seen it yet. Hang on, something's happening. Okay, guys. Daniel with Backwoods Barbarian is going live. He should be up in just a minute. So why don't we do this? Cecilia has posted his channel in the chat. Go ahead and click over there now. Type in Daddy Duck 365 raid. Let's show him some love. And we'll have a good time over at his place. I can guarantee he's doing a giveaway tonight, and he is he's just a great guy, all around great guy. So let's go on over there. Daddy Duck 365 raid on Backwoods Barbarians channel now. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all.